Hello, this is Abby Jamison. This is my initial self-assessment for Psych 808 selection. Learning objective number 1 is to develop knowledge of theory, research, and applications of personnel selection. I do not have any personal experience with personnel selection. Even in the jobs that I have had, in each one, I have either just lucked out or they have fallen into my lap, so I've never really had to go through the whole selection process. In the job that I have right now, I do hire for my department. However, that's what it is. It's hiring. Certainly not selection. There's no selection process, and it's usually just one person interviewing for the position. Learning objective number 2, examine the implications of empirical findings and transfer research and practice in personnel selection. This one, again, I do not have much personal experience. I would say the most experience that I have for this has been especially it's been in schoolwork, especially like Psych 806, the applied research class that we just finished up, and a little bit in job analysis, although that one really correlates more with learning objective number 4. Learning objective number 3, explain the ethical, legal, and professional standards in personnel selection. Again, certainly not in personnel selection. I don't have any experience. I do have some experience in ethical, legal, and professional standards, and a little bit of knowledge of the guidelines, the uniform guidelines, and the SIOP principles just from schoolwork and going over those in other classes. I have never had to use or implement them in any work experience or real life experience. Learning objective number 4, demonstrate the ability to integrate their understanding of the topics in selection and present for an appropriate audience. So this is one that I actually think that I can learn a lot in. I do have a hard time speaking about a subject without notes in front of me, and a hard time breaking down a subject into understandable so that a layperson can understand it. I am really looking forward to gaining that skill in this class and in future in jobs, and as I have more practice, gaining the skill really, or just gaining the confidence to know that I know what I'm speaking about and can relate it without fear of missing something important. My additional goals, and this is actually more what I was talking about with Dr. Palmer's job analysis, integrate statistical findings into personnel selection and better understand how I can take this knowledge and use it in real life settings. Again, in Psych 806, that was a hard class for me, but it was one of my favorites, to be honest, because I really love being able to take statistical information and use it in a real life situation, or realize how it impacts or affects a real life situation. So being able to look at this information on selection, versus hiring or selection, what makes the best employees, and be able to use that in my job or as I'm hiring these employees in this position. So those are my additional goals. I am looking forward to this class.